Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you get notifications of future videos to come. So today I would like to talk about Zumba, how to become a Zumba instructor, the perks, everything. And at the end, if you're still interested, I just might have a surprise for you, so stay tuned. Many of you may have seen this video on TV and on print from Zumba.com. It's about finding classes in your community or during the pandemic virtually and letting the rhythm move you. Zumba was created back in 2001 by Zumba creator Beto Perez in Colombia. It has become so successful that it has now reached more than 200 countries all over the world, and it's garnered millions and millions of followers. I became a Zumba instructor back in 2011, so 10 years now, and it has been my passion ever since. It's never waned, and it's always such an exciting industry, and I've never once regretted having to take the classes that I need to take, or learning choreo, or spending a lot of time preparing for my classes. It's very enriching, and I just absolutely love it. I'm licensed in several Zumba formats. So you basically have your Zumba Basic, which you get licensed in. We'll get more into these later. But I'm also licensed in Zumba Kids Junior, Zumba Central, and Aqua Zumba. So let's get down to it. In order to become a licensed instructor, you register for a day-long class. Yep, that's it, folks. One day. At the end of it, you get your license. So during the class, during the day-long course, you will learn everything about Zumba. So you will learn the basic steps that you use for your choreos, what's known as the Zumba formula, which you use in your playlists, how to make choreos on your own, how to create playlists for your class, how to teach a class, and anything and everything in between. So as I said, at the end of it, you become a licensed Zumba instructor. And basically at that time, you are able to teach anywhere. At gyms, you can have your own classes. You can get them, you can teach at community centers, basically anywhere. During the pandemic, been able to teach online, which is great. I don't know if they're gonna keep that forever, but so right now, if you were to become an instructor right now, you would be able to teach online on Zoom, or they have what's called a ZIN live stream where you're able to teach through the Zumba portal. It's great. So you are able to have your classes on your own and maybe have a rented space or something like that. But keep in mind that with these classes, you have to do everything on your own, especially the administrative stuff. So you have to prepare your own advertising. So you have to advertise on your own. You have to prepare the waivers for your participants. You have to collect payment. You have to provide receipts. You have to provide your own equipment most of the time. I kind of want everything to be taken care of for me. So working at a gym, which is what I do, what they normally require is for you to have, other than your basic Zumba license, they require you to have a basic, or not a basic, further fitness certification. So in the US, that's normally through AFAA for the most part. And for Canada, they have Canfitpro or AFLCA. So these certifications are normally courses that you have to take, and then you have to take an exam, like a written exam. And I know for Canfitpro, which is what I have, you're required to have a practical exam 6 months after you write your written exam. So normally that's what's required by gyms, and then they also require you to have a short audition, either in person or in video. And then they normally want to interview you, of course, just to see if your personality would match their staff and their participants, right? So at the end of it, once you get your license, so at the end of the day, at the end of class, you are offered the opportunity to register into the ZIN or Zumba Instructor Network, which is basically the network for all Zumba instructors all over the world. And for about $30 a month US, you get, so that's about 40 Canadian for all you Canadians out there. So basically for this amount, you get all the Zumba music that you can use in your playlists. You get choreos every other month. So those you can learn, and then you can put them into your playlists or put them into your classes, or you can modify them if you want. You can do whatever you want with them, basically. And then, so you also have some wonderful perks. Of course, you're in a network of thousands and thousands of instructors that you can rely on for questions, for mentoring. They have a mentoring program. They also have access to things like jam sessions, where ZIN jammers is what they're called, is basically they teach other Zumba instructors choreos that you can take to your classes as well, and they teach you the proper ways of doing steps, and you get access to things like ZIN academies as well. It's basically more training, and they're held all over the world, really, as far as I know. And the big one is that you get access to the Zumba convention, and I will talk more about that later because it's so exciting. And you also get further discounts on Zumba swag, which is also something I will talk about later. So these are all things that you get being a member of the ZIN, of the Zumba Instructor Network. So once you get your license and once you get your membership all set up, you will start receiving either videos or online or DVDs and CDs by mail. I believe that you can still choose whether you want both or whether you only want to do digital or getting it mailed to you as far as the CDs and DVDs go. Mine is digital, and it's so much easier because you just get to download the music, you just get to watch the videos online, so it's a lot easier for me. Sorry guys, I'm referring to my notes here. So let's talk about the Zumba convention.
Even though there's a million people here, it doesn't feel like that because it's one big happy family.
I feel like I go back to my class with new skills. I feel like I'm gonna rock it when I go back. Hopefully my students feel the same way, we'll see. Or they're gonna think I'm crazy, but either way, I feel more confident, and that's what matters. Training, 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 training.
Fun. The master classes were so awesome. I got so much out of this. I can't wait to go home and show everybody what I've learned.
So Zumba convention is held once a year, and for the last few years it's been held in Orlando, Florida at the convention center, and it's absolutely the one time during the year that I really look forward to being a Zumba instructor. And it's a big event, and most of the time between 6,000 and 10,000 people come and join. As you saw in the video, there are about 400 or more sessions that you can take back to your classes, or just learn on your own, or just enjoy it. And you meet all the Zumba celebrities like Beto, and a lot of picture and selfie opportunities, and all the Zumba jammers and Zumba, they're called education specialists, Zumba education specialists who are on the videos that you receive every month. So you get a chance to talk to them, you get a chance to take sessions with them. It's great. So that energy, I think the most important part of it is the energy that you get out of it. So sometimes, especially when you've been teaching for a long time, or maybe you're not teaching at all, or you're having problems, you're having a hard time getting participants into your classes, sometimes you just kind of feel blah about teaching. You go into convention, I promise you that you will come out of there refreshed, renewed, energized, and you are so excited to start teaching again, because it's just the energy from the people. For those of you who may have taught Zumba before or who are teaching now, you know what I mean. When you teach a class, there's a certain kind of energy that kind of goes back and forth between you and your participants. And this is the kind of energy I'm talking about, except it's like 1,000-fold because of the number of people who are at convention. So they have like fitness concerts. They have singers and performers who come in. Like for instance, they had Shaggy one year. They had Timbaland. They had oh gosh, there's so many, I can't even remember who they are. But there's been a lot of performers who have come and performed at the fitness concert, and it's been great, and it's just such great energy. For the sessions themselves, there's a wide variety of them. Some of them are just, your basic choreo sessions, or merengue sessions, or cumbia sessions, or salsa sessions. But some of them are, the more fun ones, which you may not be able to take back into your classes, just depending. But some of them are just fun to take. Like there's, well, now we have hip hop, so it's great that we have hip hop now. But back then we didn't. But they still had sessions where it would be hip hop, or it would be twerking, or it would be a step. So there's a lot of different sessions that you can take, and it's basically 4 days of nothing but sessions and parties. And it's honestly, if you're an instructor, if you're a ZIN, teaching or not teaching, at least give it a try for 1 year, and you probably will never stop going back. But we're glad that it's coming back for next year. So if you were to become an instructor now or sometime soon, you will be able to go to next year's convention. And it's just awesome. Okay, so the next thing that we have to talk about is just the different formats that I've mentioned earlier that you can get licensed in. So you get licensed in your Zumba Basic, which enables you to teach. But there are some other specialties that you are able to get licensed in. So there is Zumba Kids and Zumba Kids Junior, which I am licensed in, and that enables you to teach the little kiddos. And then there's Zumbini, which enables you to teach even younger kiddos, like toddlers. There's Zumba Centao, which uses chairs as part of the workout. So for instance, if you were doing, you could be just doing merengue steps around the chairs, or for the toning aspect of it, you can be doing your push-ups on the chair, just stuff like that. So that's Zumba Centao. Zumba Toning has toning sticks that you basically have with you all through the class, and the choreos incorporate toning with those sticks. And they're very lightweight. They're like 1 pound, 2 pounds. So they use them in the classes. And then there's Aqua Zumba, which is basically like aqua size or aqua fitness, where it's held in a pool and you teach. So fairly recently, several years ago, they came out with what's called Strong by Zumba. Now, Strong by Zumba is more similar to what a HIIT class would be. So there are burpees, there are push-ups, there are jumping jacks. So it's basically a HIIT class, but it's timed to music. So for those of you who have taken a Zumba class before, it may not be the same. It's actually not the same. It's not the same as your typical Zumba class. But if you're into HIIT, and if you are into getting that music, then Zumba Strong is your class. So a lot of people, they become licensed in Zumba and licensed in Strong, so they have the best of both worlds. And yeah, so those are the different formats. So once you get licensed in those, then you're able to teach those formats. Oh, and there's also Zumba Gold, which teaches, which enables you to teach seniors. Forgot about that one. That one's important. If you are getting anything from this video so far, make sure you hit the like button. It would really mean a lot. And comment down at the bottom for anything. If you have any questions so far, comment down at the bottom. Okay, let's talk about Zumba swag. So Zumba swag. So non-Zumba instructors, so participants, anybody can go into Zumba.com, and they have other sites like Zumbacanada.com, I believe, where you can order Zumba clothing. And you saw the pictures. So they have everything. They have shoes, they have tops, they have bottoms, they have accessories, they have hats, they have jackets, they have sports bras, they have clothes for kids, they have everything. And it's a little addicting, not gonna lie. I've had problems with controlling myself before, but actually once you go to convention, it's even greater because they give you further discounts on merchandise, and you should see the lineups that occur because of that. And it's just great. Instead of buying it online, you actually get to see it in person, because Zumba.com, when you purchase merchandise, it's normally just online. So they have lots of sales through the year, especially like during the holidays, like the different holidays throughout the year. So definitely it's one of the perks, I guess, of becoming a ZIN, is that you get the discounts on those, because it's great. Okay, so here is probably for me one of the most important perks of becoming a ZIN. For the last about 6 years, I have been able to go to different resorts all over the world. They are all over the world. I mostly have gone to a few which I love, and I kind of tend to go back to the same places. It's basically going through some companies that send Zumba instructors, Zumba Strong, and they do other classes too, like yoga, bar, Pilates, but they basically send them to resorts, mainly all-inclusive resorts everywhere, and you basically teach during the week or 2 weeks or whatever it is that you sign up for. And it's a great gig, you guys. It's an awesome gig. So for me, what happens is I work with a company called Fit Bodies, for those of you who are familiar, or Fitness Pro Travel. There's also Energy to Go, and there's also, I believe it's called Vacation Fitness Exchange. So for me, working with Fitness Pro Travel, I've worked with them for the past 6 years. I have gone to Mexico and mostly Jamaica. I've gone to several resorts in Jamaica because Jamaica is one of my favorite countries in the world, and I always go back there. But basically what happens is you sign up with them, you do a little audition video, and then you sign up. You basically pay. You don't have to pay for a membership, but I do pay for a membership of, I think it's $65 a year US, and that enables you to book 6 months in advance. Is it 6 months? Yeah, it's 6 months in advance. So what it is you sign up, and all you have to pay for is an administration fee per week. So most administration fees range from anywhere from, $300 US to, let's say, $800 US, just depending on where you're going. And that plus your airfare is the only thing you pay for as the guest instructor. So everything else will be covered for you, such as the all-inclusive part. So your accommodations, your food, your alcohol, everything. So really the only thing that you would have to pay for is, your tips, paying for your shuttle, going back and forth from the airport to the resort. And sometimes the company even covers that. It just depends on the resort. And yeah, that is it. And further on, you also are able to bring a +1 with you. And basically, unless you charge them a little bit of your admin fee or you make them pay for your admin fee, all they'd have to pay for is their flight. And that's it. So basically, your +1 gets everything, gets all the all-inclusive stuff, all the accommodation stuff. And all they have to pay for is their flight. So a lot of instructors who have done it, what they do is they do charge part of the admin fee to that +1. I don't. I just normally pay for the admin fee on my own because the way that I think about it is that I'm the only one going. So even if I were going on my own, I would pay that same amount of admin fee. So it's the same. But yeah, it's the greatest gig in the world. And you're able to do that as many times as you want during the year. You can pay for the admin fee for 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month if you want, if you have that certain time available on your own. And it's great. I mean, if you're paying for a flight to go there, why not spend most of it there, right? Why not spend more time there? It's great. You get to meet people. You get to work with mostly the entertainment crew of the resort, and they're always awesome. And they support you, they help you, and they have their own equipment. So normally you don't have to bring anything on your own, except your music, of course, and yourself. And it's honestly the greatest thing in the world. It's my favorite part. Okay, so we need to stop talking about that now. So have I piqued your interest yet? Are you still interested? Because I still do have that surprise for you. So for those of you, okay, so let's just get down to the surprise. And then I will talk about what teaching Zumba really means. All right. So for those of you who are still interested, who are still watching this video, and who want to become Zumba instructors, Zumba Instructor Extraordinaires, here you go. Drum roll. And boom. So you get to use this code when you go on Zumba.com and register for a training to become licensed Zumba instructors, and you get 50% off the registration fee if you use that code. It's great. Don't wait too long. I don't know how long they're going to keep that coupon on for, but it's great. So if you've been thinking about a side hustle, the pandemic has got you wanting to go back and working out, and you want to make some money on the side, this is a great opportunity to do it. So do it. Do it right now. Well, after this video, then you can click on Zumba.com and do it. So teaching Zumba, among, other than all the things that I talked about, it's basically getting or forming relationships with your participants. So these participants, and you will develop some regular participants who will follow you, who will follow your classes, who will keep on taking your classes. They basically look to you for that hour or however long it may be, to give them a break maybe from the stressful lives that they have, to give them a good workout, to give them a great party, to make them smile, and to just give them a good time for that period of time. And you're basically changing people's lives. And the most important thing is that you're just not there to teach them choreography to songs and to music. You're there to, give them a good workout, but also give them that good time that makes them forget about anything outside of the studio. So if they're, if they're sick, or if they're having family problems, or if they're having problems at work, 1 hour in a Zumba class. And for those of you who have taken Zumba classes, you know what this means. It's a party. And it does move you. It does move you. Zumba music will make you start dancing like in your cars, and just having the songs in your head all the time, kind of like earworms. And so that's one of the greatest things about Zumba, is that you really are enriching and changing people's lives. And it's a great feeling to be able to do that to people. And some people will come to you and tell you that, and some people never will. But teaching a class and seeing people smile during a class is the most fantastic feeling of all, and it keeps you going back. And again, it's that energy that that you get from them, and it's the energy that they get from you. So that's it, folks. That's it. That's all I have for you. I've taken you through everything that a Zumba instructor basically has to go through in order to become an instructor. And I've given you the coupon that you should use right after this video. So if you have any questions, or if you would like me to do another Q&A session where you ask all your questions about anything and everything about teaching Zumba and becoming an instructor, put in the comments down below. Ask me questions in the comments down below. Again, if you like the video and you got some value out of it, click on like, maybe share to your other friends who might be thinking about becoming a Zumba instructor. And again, subscribe and turn on your notifications. And I hope to see you again. Have a great day.